We're going to begin with just a moment of silence, which is customary for us here at Friends School. Just a time for us to focus and reflect, so we'll do that for maybe about a minute. So let us now begin with a moment of silence. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And, you know, we've had guests come to our school in the morning, and every Monday and Wednesday we do the same thing up in the library, but instead of doing it for about a minute, we do it for at least 10 minutes, sometimes 15 or even up to 20. And we've had visitors come and they see these first graders being quiet and still for 20 minutes, and they scratch their heads. How in the world can you do that? And you know, they might come back and sort of notice our kids sort of intervening to make sure that things don't get out of hand in terms of conflicts. And they kind of say, how do you do that too? And you know, what I've really found here at Friends School is that it's sort of in the walls, it's in the atmosphere. That they're in pre-K and they start learning ways to creatively manage conflict in a peaceful way, and they start learning ways to be able to focus and bring out the best in others. And because they grow up just doing it, when they get into grades 2 and 3 and 4, they just begin to exercise those skills because that's what they've seen when they started out young. So we're really excited about what happens here at Friends School. You know, we obviously want our children to leave here with great academic aptitudes and score high. But we think even more importantly, it's the kind of people they become. That here at Friends School, we want it to be an environment where you learn to care about others, you learn what love is, you learn what it means to find out your own gifts and how you can be a person that contributes to your community. And these are the kind of kids that tended to come out of Friends School when they graduate in 8th grade. So the heads of the other schools contact me, usually around this time. I think I've already gotten one. And they'll contact me because they kind of want our kids, and I'm really proud of that, because what we're finding is that when our kids graduate, they'll have a first choice high school. They typically go to their first choice high school, no matter where it is. But when they get there, they not only excel academically, but they usually become leaders. And they also often are people that can bridge rifts and gaps in the community, because they've been brought up here at Friends School to believe that that is something of value. So the heads of those other schools, they want a kid like that. They love a kid like that. So they tend to come here and ask for our kids, and our kids end up getting their first choice high school. So this is a special place. We think it's a special place. There is no perfect school. We have challenges every day. We have to solve problems every day. But I think the way in which we solve them, and the way in which we address them, and the way in which we grow through the midst of them is what really makes us special. And we also know that one reason it's really special is because of our kids, and we know we have great kids because of you. So I just want to right now just give a great hand to all of our Grandpersons who are here today. I know that so many have come, some may have come and been, right around the corner. Others may have come from a long distance, but it makes such a big difference in the lives of these young people. I have to say that this has been the highlight of my life, being a teacher, well, first a parent, then a teacher, now the head of school here at Friends School. It's been a highlight in my life, because I know that every day we are making a difference in the lives of these young people that will be with them for the rest of their life. That the education they get here, the culture that they get here, the holistic education that they get here is changing lives. And even though our kids score very, very, very high, just to kind of give you an idea, they got all these test scores, and all these schools are trying to compare their test scores, and we don't really emphasize it much. because we don't think it's the most important thing. But we do have our test scores. And right now, we're kind of wrestling with this one organization to publish our test scores, because if we do publish them, they'll be the highest of any private, public, or charter school in the city. All right, so you can clap on that. Yeah. So, you know, I hate to say it, but it is a competitive market, all right? And so the other schools, they're like, oh my goodness, if Friends, you know, publishes their score and then that'll blow us out of the water. Well, we're not trying to do that, but we just think that it's important for parents to understand how our kids perform academically, because that's something that they're going to want to know about. And so we're trying to get those test scores published. But 100% of our students are at or above grade level proficiency. The highest in any other school is 97, and those are the very best private schools in the area. They're 97. If you go into the suburbs to the best schools in Bloomfield area, Birmingham area, they're at around 80. All right. So having 100% of our kids at or above grade level proficiency is something. The only question is how far above are they? And so, you know, our 8th graders, when they graduate here, a lot of them are testing at 11th grade and 12th grade and post-high school level. So we're really thrilled with what our kids are doing. We just believe that if they get a rich, broad, and deep experience here in the context of love, then they tend to absorb it in a different way, and they tend to apply it in all the ways they need to when they get older. So that's why we give them the Chinese, and we give them the Spanish, and we give them the art, and we give them the science, and we give them the dramatic arts, and we give them the music, and this rich experience. So many other schools feel, oh, we just have to drill the math and the science. But what we find is that when we give them the rich experience, they do better in the math and science, and they do better in the English, because we are more than just that little sliver of education. We are whole beings. And when you educate and nourish the whole being, a person can draw upon that whole being to apply it to that sliver. So we're finding that our kids are really growing here, and we're really, really proud of what we're doing at Friends School. We have a lot of work to do, and you are certainly a part of our continual growth. Now, we do have a couple things going on. We do have some pictures that are going to be taken. All right, and Carlos Tumpkin, he may already be floating around. Are you in the room, Carlos? Not so. All right, so if you see a man, if you see a big guy with a camera, all right, don't be scared, all right? He's hired. He's actually a parent, and he's contributing, and he'll take pictures, and then you can certainly get a copy of that picture later on. So Carlos will be floating around wanting to get a picture of you and your grandchild, or the grandchild and the grandperson, and you can certainly get a copy of that picture. Also, we have a new website that's been up for about a month or so. We're really thrilled with it, and there's a little area for videos, and so we have John Goulas here, who is our resident videographer. All right, and he's getting me now. Hello, everyone. Okay, so a lot of what you're going to see today will also be on the web, probably next week or so. So we encourage you to go to the web and see the performance. So we're going to have a great performance up here. Okay, and you're really going to see your kids doing everything that they need to do. I'm going to dismiss you to your classes, and I got a little note here. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, very, very good. I want to also take this opportunity to thank Kim Ward from Sam's Club. All right, and she's been a sponsor here, and it really is our sponsors that make all these things happen. You know, when you're a nonprofit and you don't make hundreds of millions of dollars, we need people to pitch in and help. That's what makes it work. And so from Sam's Club, does she have a table, Marta? Is there a table over there? It's right around the corner, right? So please do stop by and give her a hand. Thank you very much. Please do stop by the Sam's Club table. Might have some special coupons or gifts or offers there that you might find advantageous. So, all right, well, with no further ado, we are ready to go to our classes, and everything's going to start probably between 9:25 and 9:30 up there, but you are dismissed. Thank you very much.